थलपुर मासले ओ छोरिया झूमे नगरिया जब जब ये घूमे कमर यार तारी कमरिया कमर यार तारी कमरिया थलपुर मा पावो वाग्यो ने मारो सूतो सोनीडो जाग्यो जवान लाल भमरिया रे लाल भमरिया भमरिया रे लाल भमरिया नखरा स्वैग सूट पट्टे आला शाही चुन्नी तेरी ब्लैक ओ मुंडे होके भरदे तेनू तक तक के नचे जदों हथ तू लक उत्ते रख के
प्रॉपर पटोला नखरा स्वैग सूट पट्टे आला शाही चुन्नी मेरी ब्लैक ओ मुंडे होके भरदे मेनू तक तक के नचा जदों हथ मैं लक उत्ते रख के
रब ने हुस्ना दी रखी कोई थोड़ नहीं गल्लां दी लाली नू मेकअप दी कोई लोड़ नहीं फुल गुलाब दे बुरने जनाब दे सौ लगे मम्मी दी मैनू तेरा कोई तोड़ नहीं थोड़ी ते दिल काला कुड़िया नी बातां पावे सूट पट्टिया उच्ची उच्ची नू मत्ता पावे घर तेरा नी मैं आपे लब लूं सानू बस दस जा तू ना पटोला नखरा स्वैग सूट पट्टे आला शाही चुन्नी तेरी ब्लैक ओ मुंडे होके भरदे तेनू तक तक के नचे जदों हथ तू लक उत्ते रख के ला दूं तुझे हार पहना दूं तुझे कंगन हो तैयार घुमा दूं तुझे लंदन हाथ में रखूं हाथ रखे जिस चीज पे हीरे जड़वा दूं तेरी काली कमीज पे आजा मेरे पास कर गुजारिश पैसे की क्या बात कर दो नोटों की बारिश इतना ना सोच हाथ मेरा थाम तुझे याद रहेगी जिंदगी भर ये शाम
जमने आवे तेरे बस दी निकल न नच मेरे ना कि तू क्लोज हाँ चल बतली गली से तू निकल तेरी जैसों को रखती हूँ ऑन टोस क्यों बोले लाए तू न करे ट्राई तू जा जा तू बेटे घर जा
प्रॉपर पटोला नखरा स्वैग सूट पट्टे आला शाही चुन्नी तेरी ब्लैक ओ मुंडे होके भरदे तेनू तक तक के नचे जदों हथ तू लक उत्ते रख के
प्रॉपर पटोला नखरा स्वैग सूट पट्टे आला शाही चुन्नी मेरी ब्लैक ओ मुंडे होके भरदे मेनू तक तक के नचा जदों हथ मैं लक उत्ते रख के जागे हम यूं ही रात भर है हवाओं में आवारगी ये कशिश ये दीवानगी है तुझी से मेरी तश्नगी है जुनून सवार मैं तो भूला संसार तेरा हुस्न दुआर जैसे जलता सिगार तेरे प्यार का नशा कभी यार कभी पार तेरा प्यार 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 हुक्का मार तेरा प्यार 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 हुक्का मार तेरा प्यार 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 हुक्का मार 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 तेरा प्यार 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 हुक्का 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 मार 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 तेरा प्यार 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 हुक्का मार Doom again and run away with me on a roller coaster ride. Doom again and see your wildest dreams slowly come alive. Doom again, we gotta break the rules and party all the time. Doom again, we gotta steal the show. You know that ain't no crime. So steal all that you can, the magic you began. Let's shout, break out, come on once again. Let's hear it. Doom Majale. Once more, come on, you mean more. Doom Majale, 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 Doom Majale.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Raas Chaos XX. My name is Aditi. And I'm Zoya.
And we're this year's co-directors for Raas Chaos.
We are so excited that you all were able to join us in our new virtual reality and for our 20th anniversary. This year has definitely been the most unconventional RC ever, but we are so glad we were able to adapt our show to celebrate all of the amazing dancers, staff, and performers who have made RC possible for the past 20 years.
Even though we're going virtual this year, we wanted to make this show as engaging as possible for you. Throughout the show, you can look forward to contests, prizes, and for the folks watching on Zoom, please utilize the chat function to cheer on your favorite teams, laugh with us through our jokes, and just enjoy the night together.
We'll also be having performances from our amazing comedy headliners, Rishi Mahesh, Yamini Nambimadom, and Abby Govindan.
And of course, what we're all here for, 9 fire dance performances from some of our favorite Raas teams.
Now, we'd love to introduce you to our MCs for the night, Parth Tandon and Nirja Patel.
Parth has been involved in the circuit from 2016 to 2020 as a member of GW Raas, where he was also the co-captain in the 2019-2020 season. He also had a role in RC18 as a registration chair.
Nirja was on GW Raas from 2015 to 2018 and was props chair from 2016 to 2017. She was the sponsorship chair for RC18 and last year was the Raas All-Stars hospitality chair.
So with that, we'll pass the mic over to some familiar faces, our incredible MCs for the evening, 2 legendary Raas alums, Parth Tandon and Nirja Patel, to open the show.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Who's ready for some virtual RC? I'm Parth Tandon.
And I'm Nirja Patel, and we are so excited to be your MCs this year for RCXX.
20 years, Nirja. Can you believe that? If you think about it, most of the dancers in the circuit right now are younger than Raas Chaos itself.
Actually, I never thought about that. It's crazy how time flies.
You definitely thought about it, when we were writing the script yesterday at like 10 p.m.
Hey man,
You definitely thought about it.
Expose me like that, like I'm just trying to live my best life.
Well, unfortunately, COVID has put a little damper on our 2021 Raas season, but it hasn't stopped Raas Chaos board from putting on a great show for you tonight. Even if we all can't be in Lisner, we can bring Lisner to you. We're excited to see all the teams perform, and especially the newbies. Welcome to the Raas circuit and to your first ever Raas competition.
So how are you feeling, Tandon? Are you nervous, excited about being MC since, this is my second time and I'm obviously a pro?
By the way, there will be a lot of sound effects used today, just to create the audience hype. But actually, Nirja, I just realized we are the only 2 live performers from the Raas circuit tonight. That's a lot of pressure.
Honestly, that's a bummer for everyone on this Zoom call, but we'll try to do our best since we have such a great lineup ahead of us. With that being said, let's get the hype on for the first ever virtual RC.
Are y'all hyped? Because I know I am. Hi, my name is Nurin Kishwani, and I'm one of the Tech and Logistics chairs for RC 2020.
Hi, my name is Anirudh Kumar, and I'm also one of the Tech and Logistics chairs.
One of the best parts of dancing at comps is on-stage pictures, but sometimes the image does not reflect what is actually happening during the set. Those pictures make for the greatest memes.
Don't you mean memes?
That's so funny. I see what you did there.
So, on that note, we have a very special audience contest planned for tonight called Meme that pic. Our wonderful Reg team has picked a meme-worthy picture of our MC and GW Ross alum, Parth Tandon. We want to see who in the audience can come up with the best meme caption.
Right now in the chat, Ani will be sending a link to a Google form. You have until after the final dance performance of the night, which is iRaas, to send in your submissions.
The winner will be announced at the end of the show and will receive a limited edition RC 2020 shot glass.
We want to see your meme game. We can't wait to see what you come up with. Good luck.
Wow, we didn't see that one coming, did we?
You know, I really look ugly in that picture, but the audience cheered, so that's all that matters.
Honestly, I live for that. Tandon, I know you actually want that shot glass, you know? It's not like you don't have 20 of them already from all the comps you've been to.
You're right. You know, but wouldn't hurt to have one tonight, especially if we're having, you know, a virtual after party. Anybody? No? Okay.
Sorry, guys. This is what I had to deal with for literally years, and I hated my life. So anyway, speaking of years, we have a dope video, kind of like the famous videos you kids see on TikToks these days. Yes, we are talking about you, Kavin Desai, but a video which highlights a bunch of past iconic performances.
RC has seen a range of amazing performances that have gone on to perform at and even win Raas All-Stars. The board has compiled a highlight reel to take a look at some of these past performances. We hope you enjoy it and recognize the amazing talent that we have witnessed over the years. Wow, goosebumps.
Yeah,
Literally.
Tandon, I remember being in that audience for some of those performances. Feels like forever ago.
More like you're forever ago. Heyo. Anyway, like each year, we will begin this season with an opening performance from our home team and our personal favorite, GW Raas.
Hey, Tandon, remember when GW Ross was going to go to nationals last year, but then COVID happened?
You had to hit me where it hurts, Nirja. You know, back in the day, they didn't have COVID in the Stone Age eras. All we had was a giant meteorite crashing on the earth and destroying all life itself. Much simpler times.
Anyway, let's move on to our first performance. From the nation's capital, they are GW Ross, the beast of the East. They don't match a style, they are the style. With one passion and one goal, nothing can break them. They arrive as one, dance as one, and leave as one. Flair, passion, resiliency. Let's give it up for GW Ross!
Stop working just to start a Stop working just to start I took off some work just to warm up. Stop working just to start I took off some work just to warm up. Stop working just to start I took off some work just to warm up. Stop working just to start I took off some work just to warm up. Stop working just to start I took off some purple just to warm up. Stop working just to start GG Raas.
देव आरती अखंड उतरे महाकाली ना द्वारे देव आरती अखंड उतरे महाकाली ना द्वारे झील चोट डूंगर पर चलती अवनी में अजवारे दास विठल के देवी आरती मैया में हर खावती पंचमाल ना पहाड़े बैठी आज उतारूं आरती ओ कावा वाली है महाकाली वानप तू बरसावती पंचमाल ना पहाड़े बैठी आज उतारूं आरती
देशमा डंका वाग्या जनियाणकारा देशमा डंका वाग्या गुणला जगमगवाणा बापिया तारा गुणला जगमगवाणा
And then man discovered Dandiya.
So Tandon, what do you think of that performance?
You know, honestly, Nirja, I honestly feel like they could have improved the quality of the performance a little bit more, you know, from 720p to 1080p.
You've been planning that for literally weeks, haven't you?
It's literally the only virtual Ross joke I could come up with.
BRB, I need to literally burn my eyes right now. Like, just real quick.
But anyway, that was awesome. Thank you, G-Dub. On to our next performance. We have UConn Thunderaas, Connecticut's premier Garba Raas team, with the fundamental purpose of spreading and celebrating Gujarati culture through the medium of dance. Combining traditional Garba Raas moves with new contemporary moves, they have developed a style unique to their UCTR team. UCTR is less a team and more family, joined together by their love for dance. Focused, fearless family. Here is UConn Thunderaas.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
Who do you see? UCTR!
हाला जितारा हाथ वखाणू के पट्टी तारा पगड़ा वखाणू हाला जितारा हाथ वखाणू के पट्टी तारा पगड़ा वखाणू आषाढ़ चारम ने गुमनारों हाला जितारा हाथ वखाणू के पट्टी तारा पगड़ा वखाणू.
Stellar performance by UConn. As always, I honestly bet they are going to place first this year, like for sure.
Wait. You know they don't have judges, right? We're doing this all for fun.
Wait, fun? Since when have we started literally practicing 14 hours a week or done anything related to Raas for fun?
I killed that early, my bad. You know, Nirja, let's just leave the jokes to the pros. Luckily, we actually do have a few comedians in the Zoom house tonight.
Rishi Mahesh is a comedian, actor, and internet personality based in the Chicago area. He is best known for his satirical videos, sketches, and stand-up comedy that have gained a following online. To check out his content, hit up at Rishipuff on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So let's give it up for Rishi.
You gotta turn off your camera, Nirja.
No, I have to wait for Rishi, right?
Oh, in the meantime, I guess this is where we improvise the banter until Rishi comes off. How are you? How's everything going?
Should we turn off our camera?
Okay, let's turn off our camera.
All right, there we go. What is up, everybody? Cool. Everybody can see me, hear me? Yes? Sorry about that momentary little delay right there. I apologize for that. Okay, anyway, how's everyone doing? Hope you guys are awesome. You guys are obviously so good at dancing. Thank you. Thank you about the lights. Little fun feature of my room right here. Yeah, you guys are so good at dancing. What is up, George Washington University? You know, I was on a Raas team in high school actually, but I was so bad at it. I went to college and everybody was like, "Oh, you should join this." And I was like, "Absolutely not. I promise you don't want me. I will hold you guys all back." So it's so good to see that you know, some people are nice and capable. Anyway, what up? Hello, how you guys doing? So excited to be here. It is definitely really weird to do a Zoom comedy event, like, you know, for college students when I am also a college student. It's definitely on some level feels like I'm giving a class presentation to like the weirdest Zoom class I could ever be a part of. One that's just entirely brown kids, like they didn't let anybody else in. Like if you gather this many students of color together in person at any school I've been to, the campus police would be put on standby, which totally happens. The last time I was in a group of this many Indian kids was when I was on my high school tennis team. I'm from Southeast Michigan, you know, so it's entirely brown kids, right? Which is great. Made some of my best friends there. But our coach was this white dude named Coach Patel with a B. Obviously, everyone called him Coach Patel with a P. Because anybody who saw him walking around followed by a crew of Indian kids absolutely thought he was running a Kumar Learning Center or a foster care program where all the kids learn Python. And I think he got sick of that because one year, you know, he designed this shirt for the tennis team. Our colors were black and silver, and they went with this like graffiti font above a tennis ball, and it looked pretty cool. Let me show you guys what it looked like. I'm going to share my screen right now. Hope that works. Yes. Everybody can see this. Yeah. So that's me in high school, unfortunately. But yeah, so this is the t-shirt, this is the shirt. It looked pretty cool. Let me show, yeah, you know, you look at it, looked pretty cool unless you were at all familiar with the ISIS flag. Yeah, because then, you know, you would see 20 brown kids running around school in these shirts every time we had a match, and fear for your fucking life. You know, but it is what it is. Every time we had a match, the school police officers, you know, like those guys, the like student resource officers, they're the ones who, you know, always wish their careers had amounted to more than busting white kids for vaping in the bathroom. You know, every time we had a match, they would, you know, like walk around with their hands on their belt, like, okay, it's go time. We are taking our country back from these AP calculus students. So, you know, Coach Patel was responsible for all of my first bad interactions with the police. There are no cops in this audience, right? Right? Yes? Yes? No cops in this audience? Indian people don't decide to be police officers. Yeah, that's always something I've just assumed. Because I can't even imagine that. I feel like there's a reason you never see a brown cop, besides, of course, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Congrats to her. I can't imagine spending elementary school being bullied by white kids with buzz cuts and then going, if you can't beat them, join them. Just in general, patriotic Indian people confuse the shit out of me. Like my family, who may be watching this right now, I'm not entirely positive. But yeah, my family was phone banking for Joe Biden. And I was like, why? Because I voted for him, but I wasn't going to like help him, you know? Like he can't give me Medicare for all, but I got to like phone up undecided Americans and beg them to vote in their own interest. Like, hey, he'll help you cover your pre-existing conditions, including whichever one has made you such a fucking idiot. And anyway, it's Joe Biden. Joe Biden is still this guy to me. Does anyone remember this? Let me share my whole screen again. Yeah.
In Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking. Oh.
Yeah. Like you made phone calls for that guy? Has anybody seen that? Yeah, like we don't have to do that. Like I feel like it's not on us at that point. Like I promise there are a million racist white people in swing states who would watch that clip and cast another 6 ballots for the man. God damn. Patriotic Indian people confuse the shit out of me. Mostly also because, you know, I always assumed America in general was a pit stop, not a destination. Like I thought it was a place where, you know, we would just hang out here for a little while. I could get a degree and then we go back to India and start our own Google, you know, one that when you look up recipes for Indian food doesn't show you anything written by Caucasian soccer moms. Like if I'm ever learning to make Indian food from someone who gets sunburned standing in the bright spots of their apartment, I deserve every act of racism that has ever been committed against me. But, you know, like I'm glad I'm here in the United States, but I just feel like I didn't have much say in the matter. Like my parents made that call while my existence was still just a hypothetical cultural expectation. And they went completely against my evolutionary preferences. Like I am in Chicago right now. Evanston, but I'm going to say Chicago. I'm in Chicago right now in November, and I think it's ridiculous to be expecting my brain cells to perform at full capacity. I think you can tell they are not, and it's because they're being deprived right now. Like, can you imagine coming into the world expecting to be working with India and then getting Illinois? It's bad. We should not be here. If this was early civilization or some shit and we started seeing our breath when we talked, we would have run away. We would have sprinted south. We migrated. That was humans' whole thing. God was like, okay, you get limited fur, and if you slightly hit your pinky toe on anything, you will be physically incapacitated. But when it's cold, you can build yourself a little knapsack and go wherever the hell you want, which is awesome. Like my entire family grew up with mangoes growing on trees, and they stuck me in a part of the world where people fish through a hole in the ice. That is a Caucasian activity that we should not be taking part in. This is clearly their domain, and I think we should leave. Which I also get that the Venn diagram of this stand-up set and traditional white supremacist ideology is getting closer and closer together. But in my opinion, white people they got Chicago. White people can have Chicago, New York. That's fine. Put all of them there, and we should take the entire South. That sounds incredible. That's Los Angeles, Atlanta, Nashville. I'll reclaim the shit out of country music. I'll sing about like the traumas of growing facial hair at a young age. Yeah. So, yeah, patriotic Indian people confuse the shit out of me. But what's almost worse to me is Indian people who study abroad in Europe. Does anyone familiar with the term of what a cuckold is? Like one of those dudes who like enjoys the fact that his wife is sleeping with other men. That's how I feel about Indian people studying abroad in Europe. I don't think I could ever give that to the white man. I feel like if I went to the UK, every white dude who saw me would be looking at me like, really? You're here? After you're telling me we got colonized for centuries and you still want to like go find out what fish and chips taste like? Newsflash, it's bad. It's really bad. It all sucks. That's why even they fucking left. Where's the self-respect, you know? It's like if you're repeatedly hanging out with a dude who doesn't text you while the sun is out, and even he's like, yeah, I think you could love yourself just a little bit more. Yeah, like going backpacking across Europe as a minority is the exact same thing as spending a weekend with a dude who only talks to you using Snapchat's disappearing text function. Like, I get why you want it to happen. Just know that I'm going to be judging the Instagram posts you make while you're there. But but look, like, obviously I am talking out of my ass. I was literally born here in the United States. You know, we are a country that launched a coup against Hawaii's royalty, displaced them for a fruit company, and then made the movie Moana. So obviously I reap a lot of the benefits of this imperialist nation. Obviously I owe a lot to the white guy who looked at my mom and dad in the eyes, said, you seem like you might be one of the good ones, gave them a job coding, and then walked away like they were Sandra Bullock in The Blind Side. But, you know, as long as there are also white dudes who force 14-year-old Indian kids to come to school dressed as ISIS operatives, I'm going to advocate that we colonize Tennessee and see just how far we can take Southern hospitality. That's all I got. Thank you guys for having me. Follow me on social media at Rishipuff and have a fantastic rest of your evening. Goodbye. Peace.
Nice.
I had to reflect what the people were thinking, you know.
Yes, I could see in the comments everyone was really about that, you know.
Really about appreciating it, really about thirsting, but, you know, that's just carrying on Raas Chaos's tradition, so it's fine.
Moving on, we have a video including a few of the past RC board directors reflecting on their time as being directors. You know, after countless hours of hard work from some of these individuals, we wanted to personally give them a shout out to them as well. So take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is Sneha.
Hi, I'm Manisha.
And we were the directors of Raas Chaos 16. And my favorite part of the weekend was always Friday and just like the chaos that came with it, the madness. I remember that I was sitting on the floor of the SAS office for about 7 hours and people were just coming in and out all day asking for things, trying to look for things, and it was just a level of madness that I was not used to, but it was so fun. And as people were coming in, liaisons and board members and teams were arriving into DC, like there was a hype that was building up and you just see everyone wearing matching shirts and just, it was such a good energy and atmosphere that I like, it's always my favorite moment to think about.
That was all such a blur. My favorite moment was right before our show. We have all of our teams come together to our student center, the Marvin Center, kind of have their snacks, hang out, kind of get ready for the show. And just being surrounded by that and kind of being immersed in that community, because it's really overwhelming, because in that moment you realize it's not about the competition, it's not about individual teams and schools, it's just this Raas community that's there to support each other. And then hearing all of the teams do their own chants, do each other's chants, seeing our liaisons participate in that as well was just, it made it all worth it. It made all the sleepless nights and running around everywhere in DC worth it. But we do want to wish you all a great Raas Chaos 2020. We know it's a little different this year, but you all are doing such a great job, and we just want to wish you best of luck.
Good luck, everyone. Have a great comp.
Hi everyone, my name is Rishi Mahesh. I was one of the directors for Raas Chaos 17, and I knew that I wanted to be director when I was involved my freshman year, and the lights came on, the music started playing in the auditorium, and the crowd just exploded with energy and excitement. and I knew that I wanted to replicate that someday. So I followed that feeling until I was able to be director, and I tried to recreate that experience for the dancers and the audience. I know that listener stage is where a lot of dancers do take their first steps in the circuit. So if you are starting down this path, although it's virtual, just know that it is a much traveled one, and you're going to walk away with a ton of memories and friendships. So sit back and enjoy the ride.
Hi, I'm Abby,
Hi, I'm Mira.
and we're the directors for RC18.
We just wanted to say that we're really proud of the directors this year for continuing the legacy despite all the chaos with COVID. And we're really excited to see what they do at the show this year.
Hi guys, my name is Rhea Corday, and I was one of the directors of Raas Chaos 19 last year. I think one of the main reasons that I wanted to be Raas Chaos director was, apart from Raas Chaos being my home competition, it was also the first time that I got to dance on stage in the Raas circuit. I remember getting off the stage my freshman year and feeling that feeling of extreme exhilaration, and I wanted to be a part of the process of replicating that for the freshmen and newbies coming into the Raas circuit. I know that this isn't the most ideal environment for your first competitions or for just a competition this season, but I want to just first start off by commending all of the dancers that took their time out of their day to practice, and all the captains that are kind of navigating this difficult time. And also I just want to say that I'm really, really excited to watch everyone's videos through this virtual platform and hopefully watch all of you guys on stage one day. So good luck to everyone, and I hope you guys enjoy the night.
Wow, it was so nice seeing so many familiar faces in that video. You know, they have all really given so much to Raas Chaos in the circuit, Tandon.
Yeah, remember when we were on board? Clearly we did not get enough Raas from just hours and hours of practice and weeks and months of competitions. We just needed more.
Yeah, clearly. After all this, here we are on this Zoom call. Nice.
But anyway, up next, we have another Raas performance for you. We've got UVA Hooraas. Hooraas is a nationally competitive Raas Garba team from the University of Virginia. Since 2008, their team has brought together a team of talented dancers to learn a new routine, put on a show for the circuit, and spend their free time, get this, making Taco Bell runs. Love that. 2020 marks Hooraas' 9th consecutive appearance at Raas Chaos, and even though they could not be there in person, they are grateful to have their tradition going for all of their dancers, from the newbies to the alumni. Who, what?
Hooraas!
DJ Mix.
And I was one of the captains of Hooraas from 2016 to 2017. Some of the expectations that we had for the team that year were that every team member is expected to show up and put in the effort, and if they do, then us as captains, we're willing to do anything we can for the team. The team did a really good job that year of never taking us for granted, and they really put in the effort. Little things that we instilled in the team from the beginning of the year included things like you never missed practice unless, you know, there's a dire circumstance. But if you're feeling just a little bit ill, a little bit under the weather, you were still expected to come to practice, sit on the sidelines if you can't dance, and then still help critique and be a team member for that day. So little things like that, I think, really helped create structure in our team.
So two of the coolest parts of our Gatsby set One was the trumpets that we got to use during voice solo, which were effectively extended dandiya, so we could use them as we would, but they look kind of cooler. And we got to use the trumpets mix from Jason Derulo. And then the second part was having actually a figure, a person come in as Great Gatsby, coming in, doing a voiceover. Felt a little Bollywood, but you know, we really liked it. I think it added a bit to our performance. Those are the two parts I really liked.
All right, looking back to SpongeBob here, we went into the fall with a great returning team and theme. It was actually bedtime stories back then, but it changed to SpongeBob, and there's two reasons why. One was we wanted a more colorful and happy theme, and we just didn't think bedtime stories was going to give us that, and we just felt like the props and mix additions would be so much better, in our opinions, with SpongeBob.
I think my favorite memory in the routine was definitely Boy Solo. Crawling behind the backdrop with the other three guys during Girl Solo was pretty insane, and just making sure we got there on time. Plus also the crowd erupting during barrel rolls at every competition was pretty insane too.
12 Krabby Patties on wheat buns.
What's up, guys? So when I think back to life here, I think about how we beat the expectations and odds that we had set for ourselves as a team and as captains. I remember thinking, wow, we only have 5 returners. How are we going to do this with 9 newbies? We've never danced 7-on-7 before. And so there was a lot of nerves going into the routine and the year in general. So in a way that helped us because we had set such low expectations that people were able to only dance for the fun of dancing rather than the stress of trying to place or compete. And so that translated very well on stage because we genuinely looked like we were having fun. And placing at our first competition at Beat of Raas was something we just did not expect at all. And then at our next competition, Gen, we actually placed first. And that was something that we hadn't thought about in a million years.
My favorite moment is Anoop on our team. He had trouble the whole year holding on to his dandiya during our performances. So I think probably 3 out of the 4 bid comps we'd been to, at some point during the performance, he dropped. And he was getting roasted for that the whole year. So as soon as we got off stage and we got back to the dressing room after we performed at Nationals, I asked him, I was like, yo, Anoop, did you hold on? And then he yelled back, yeah. And then at that point, the whole room just went crazy. We were celebrating, we were hugging, we were yelling. And the liaison definitely thought we were insane, but we were just having a good time. And it was kind of like a celebration of the whole year, as well as I guess we were just that surprised that he finally held on.
Every dancer and captain goes into the new season with a lot of excitement, but also a lot of doubt and insecurity because you don't really know what to expect. And farm year was no different. But about 2 weeks into our fall semester, one of our dancers got into a major accident and it really took a toll on the whole team. And so that was when sort of practice went from being a place where we cleaned and choreoed and had fun and hung out with each other to a literal support system and safe space where only we understood what we were going through. And so that passion for the dance as a coping mechanism and also each other really shone on stage during our very first spring comp of the season at Senedo. And to say that that comp was a performance of a lifetime is honestly an understatement.
All 4 of us captains had very different styles of dance that we preferred, and we wanted to incorporate that. From traditional to playful and flirty to classical to modern, we wanted to showcase our personalities through the dance. And you can see that through songs like Radhe Radhe, our second song, that had very traditional elements to it. in comparison to our Raas songs in the end, with more dynamic formations and very crisp, clean choreography.
I'm all the way up. All the way up.
Wow, Nirja.
Yeah, wow, Tandon. That performance really made me hungry for some more dancing.
You know, why did that performance make me actually hungry? I would love some Gujarati food right now. You know, some thepla, kakda, fafda.
Hey, how about some Bataaka nu Shaak, bhai sahab? Bataaka nu Shaak is UCLA's premier Raas Garba team, established in 2002. This name is derived from a well-known and very loved home-cooked dish. It is meant to evoke feelings of family, friendship, and comfort, and serves as a home away from home for all of its members. The team hosts practices and workshops and also performs at local events in LA and on campus. Additionally, the team competes nationally to share their passion for dance and culture through a hype, competitive, and well-composed routine. Now presenting the team straight out of the Hollywood Gam, UCLA Bataaka nu Shaak.
you done, it's about what you doing. It's all about where you going, no matter where you've been. Let's go. Let's go.
Wow, that was an awesome performance by UCLA. You guys really killed it.
Hey Nirja, do you remember your first time?
My first time for what?
You know, the first time that we all look forward to? First time going to nationals, of course.
Oh, that first time. Of course, going to nationals was such a memorable and unforgettable experience.
Yep. Well, for our next team, this past year was going to be their first ever appearance at national. I'm talking about GT Ramblin Raas. We wanted to give them an extra shout out for their dedication and hard work that made them come this far. This year, they've come back stronger and better than ever and have embraced the virtual dance experience.
So here we have it. GT Ramblin Raas is Georgia Tech's premier Garba Raas team. From attending bid comps 4 years ago to reaching Raas All-Stars last year, Ramblin Raas has been constantly improving and evolving as a team and as dancers. They are proud to represent the ATL wherever they go, and they're proud to spread their love for Garba Raas. Please welcome GT Ramblin Raas.
I'm proud of where the team has come. From getting just one bid point 2 years ago to getting to iRaas last year, I am so glad that I got to be a part of the journey that took the team to where it is now. I'm thankful that everyone on my team has been able to stay safe and healthy during the pandemic. I'm so grateful that Georgia turned blue this election, and I think most importantly, even though the pandemic caused iRaas to not happen this year, I'm just personally glad that I was able to continue my passion for Raas through mixing. I actually have a mixed idea I want to show y'all. Let's see it. So I was curious, am I gonna be able to mix this song with this song? Let's go ahead and see. Let me go ahead and cut out the parts that I need. Okay, right there. Let's go ahead and match the tempo so that they're on the same beats. And let me go ahead and line it up. Let me go ahead and get rid of the bass so I can just focus on my Queen Pamela Jane's voice. Let's go ahead and get some more drums from JJ because those drums are so cool. Let's get a generic riser in there. Then let's put it all together. Alright, let's see what that looks like in dance.
Tannen, that was a fire mix. I did not see that coming.
I really did not. That was an awesome performance, GT. Thank you for that little mix vlog there. Super amazing. So now we'd like to have a little word from our representatives from our charity for this year, Aashna for Women and the Black Trans Travel Fund, to speak about their causes and our little flash donation contest. Stay tuned.
Okay, second. The video is not coming.
They need to unmute you.
Start another video camera setting.
Just speak without it.
Hi, I'm sorry. I don't seem to be able to start my video for some reason. Can you hear me? I'm so sorry, but my video is not kicking in.
We can hear you.
Yeah, but the video is not, so I guess I'll just talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, people. Anyway, hi, everyone. I can't even tell you, it's been such an exhilarating evening. I do feel like an interloper. I'm so sorry, but I promise to take only just a couple of minutes. Thank you so much for this opportunity to introduce Aashna for Women, one of the oldest organizations of its kind in the USA. 4 friends and really good co-workers 30 years ago wanted to provide a platform, a resource for their sisters in their South Asian community who may not have the support and the need when they were in trouble. Thus, Aashna, Asian Women's Self-Help Association, came into being at a kitchen table. In many South Asian languages, Aashna is hope. Those wonderful 4 ladies wanted to provide hope to women and children suffering domestic violence, empower them and encourage them to become self-reliant and live in a world free from abuse. Aashna is a 501c3 organization. We have a working board of 7 members with 3 part-time and 1 full-time staff, and a passionate and dedicated band of volunteers. We are supported and funded by our very kind donors from the community, both individual and corporation, from grants and the government. 95 cents of every dollar that we get goes right back into the program for our clients to support and assist them. Our clients come from 6 countries in South Asia: India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka. We share a cultural identity with them. We understand the family dynamics, the social norms, the taboos, the immigration dilemmas, and the transnational abandonment. We provide resources and assistance with counseling, both career and therapeutic, emergency housing, transportation, groceries. In short, anything a survivor needs to get back on their feet. We are striving and aiming to bring DV, domestic violence, out of the closet. We would like to exhort society to reject the aggressors and support our survivors. In the past 1 year, we have started the Senior Services Program in response to the changing dynamics in our communities. The program assists our seniors and their caregivers navigate services provided by the county and the state they live in. On behalf of the Aashna family, I would like to thank you all for this wonderful opportunity, and we are immensely grateful to all of you to give a voice to our silent but very, very brave survivors. Thank you all, and have a wonderful rest of the evening. Good night.
Zoya, thank you so much for sharing more about the organization. Our next organization that we're also raising money for this year is the Black Trans Travel Fund, which is a grassroots mutual aid-based organization developed for the purpose of providing Black transgender women with financial resources necessary for them to be able to self-determine and access their safest travel options. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying the show so far. It's going so well.
Hey guys, so now that you all have heard about these two amazing organizations, we are about to begin our flash donation contest. So here's how it's gonna work. You all have 2 minutes to donate as much as you can to these two charities. Please send all donations to our Venmo at GWSAS, which we will drop in the chat box right now. And for our live stream viewers, it will also be in the Twitch chat. In the description of your Venmo, you can donate on behalf of your favorite RC performing team by stating which team you would like to support in this contest. The team that donates the most money will win a $50 Amazon gift card, and we are totaling the amounts we raised from Mixer and last night and tonight. In just a moment, we will show you a live tracker that is updating in real time with all of your donations. Good luck, everyone.
All right, everybody. All right. So currently we're in our 2-minute donation time. Just remember that 95 cents of every dollar that we get goes into the program for Aashna for women and the Black Trans Fund. And they are a platinum field charity on GuideStar. So just keep that in mind and keep those Venmos coming. So I'm starting the 2-minute timer now. So we have 2 minutes. Please donate to @GWSAS.
Yeah, guys, this is the Venmo. If you guys come across it, there's a little symbol here. You guys can donate, and let's do this, guys. We can do it for a good cause. And
let's get those donations in, you know.
Excited.
Why is GW Raas first? Why is that a thing? Somebody's gonna beat us.
UConn, you're so close. Let's go. Let's
UConn's
go.
getting close. Oh, UVA is getting close. Let's go. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Nirja, I feel like a gym trainer. You know, like 30 seconds, 1 more minute of plank. Let's go. Let's keep those donations coming. The Venmo is @GWSAS.
I did it.
Let's go. We got 1 minute.
So you guys
Keep 'em
got 1
coming.
minute.
UConn catching up. That's right.
I see you, USF. You know, you got it. You got it, okay? Let's go, Drexel.
Let's keep those donations coming. Almost 30 seconds. Come on. And then we're back to the show. Let's go. Are we dancing to this? Is this what's happening? Oh my God, GW Raas. I've never seen that. I've never seen us that much higher than any other team ever in any perspective. No offense, GW.
Ever. Like when we're always bad at Mixer. Let me know.
Yep. If this was a chart of how many injuries we've had, this would be a great chart. Very accurate. All right, time's up, guys. Thank you so much for those donations.
Yeah, thank you guys for all of your generous donations on behalf of Aashna for Women and Black Trans Travel Funds. It is greatly appreciated. You know, every year Raas Chaos makes a huge point to support the community and give back to charitable events and purposes, which make Raas Chaos more than just a dance competition. So we want to thank you guys all.
Yeah, and in other news, I know all this dancing has got you hungry for more Raas. So a little shameless plug here, but lucky for you, the Raas Ladder 2 is back. So they have new hosts, fresh perspectives. Round 2 is coming for you. And this time there's actually a separate category for newbies and one for experienced dancers. So if you're interested, there's going to be a link in the chat box. Please apply for the Raas Ladder. I did it last time, and I'm telling you, I definitely cannot do it again, thanks to this quarantine body. But yeah, keep those donations coming in if you want to. Remember, at the end, it's all for charities and it's all for a good cause.
Definitely. Hey, Tandon, it's getting pretty cold up here in the Northeast. I'm in Vermont, which is out of nowhere, but it's freezing. What about you?
Same here, man. Same here in New York City. I wish we were somewhere warm, you know? Perhaps, I don't know, Florida?
That's
Okay.
right.
That's the right answer. Sorry. So that's, a great transition into our next team coming out from Florida. Established in 2019, we have SoFlo Raas. SoFlo Raas is the University of South Florida's premier Raas Garba team. Their goal is to inspire and motivate their dancers to strive for greatness during their practices and performances. They hope to put SoFlo Raas on the map in the future and are so excited for, get this, Nirja, their first ever national performance. How about that? So let's cheer them on. Let's give them a big, warm Raas Circuit welcome. Please welcome, for the first time ever on Raas Chaos, SoFlo Raas. That was awesome. I mean, the heat was on for that performance. Am I right, Nirja? Because, get it? It's like Florida, so like the heat is going on and no? Okay, fine.
Once again, horrible. Just horrible. I thought you learned the first time,
You and your goddamn Nakhra.
Nakhra, don't you mean Nakhraas?
Some great smooth transitions happening here today.
Clearly. Anyway, Northeastern Nakhraas is Northeastern University's premier Garba and Raas team. Founded in 2015, the team aims to help spread knowledge and passion for traditional Indian dance style originating from the state of Gujarat. With the team name coming from a play on of the word Nakhra, loosely translating to mischievous or whimsical, the team not only strives to compete, but also enjoys the journey along the way. So let's give it up for Northeastern Nakhraas.
Woohoo!
Spanish from uptown, I bought a bus down. Yeah, oh, then I keep dame to my Spanish loca. In the kitchen, whipping that dope up, you can smell a odor. Plug on picture, we gon' hit it like we Sammy Sosa. Put that Billy to the limit, you can smell a odor. Oh, Spanish call me chulo when I'm pulling up in that two-door. Diamonds different color, uno. All these hundreds on me, mommy made my pockets look like sumo. I got money out there, I finger pop you in your when I hit you with that, you know. Smoke a little hookah, kick it like it's judo. Let you hit the OG, since I'm 42 though. And when we get in mode, I'ma dog it like I'm Cujo. Whoa!
Wow, Tandon, I have no idea how, but I felt like they had so much partner interaction and had such a good vibe over a video. How do you even do that? Like, I just don't know. But anyway, amazing performance by you guys.
No, I agree, especially the guy with the violin at the
yeah, it was
end.
sick.
I love that. But before we move on, just want to do a little plug of the photo contest, even though I really don't want to do this. But please go take a look at that ugly photo of me and send in your, captions, and remember that the best caption wins a shot glass. So I don't understand why you wouldn't want to. So, and all you G-Dub people, you've insulted me enough to my face. So now go and do it on that form. I know you'd love to, so.
I wish I could do it, honestly, but here I am. I would definitely do it.
Yep. So please go put up that caption. The form will be sent in the chat box. But moving on, next up, we have another headliner for you, another comedian. We have Yamini Nambimadom, who is a performer, writer, and recent college grad. She has spent the last 8 years doing comedy in and around the Chicago and LA area. Find her on the internet, as you kids do, at Show Me the Yams on Twitter, at Yamini Does Comedy on Instagram, and check out her podcast, Pillow Fight. Let's give it up for Yamini.
Hi. It's so exciting to be headlining Raas Chaos. It brings me so much joy to support South Asians in the performing arts, and there have been so many wonderful acts tonight. I was never very good at dancing myself, but I did grow up really involved in theater. And I know you're all very surprised because I seem so well adjusted. But I love doing theater so much. It was just a little bit weird that there were so few people of color who did theater at my high school. It was surprising to me for two reasons. One, my high school was pretty diverse, so there were enough people out there to do it. And two, have you met immigrants' children? They are the best actors I have ever met. There's this girl I went to high school with, her name was Shreya, and seeing her at house parties was crazy. You know, she'd be drinking out of a beer bong with some future frat boy, but she'd also be on the phone with her mom, like, yeah, study session is going so well. We're studying the chemical composition of alcohol. Please save me some home cooked rotis. I love you so much. And you know, her mom was sitting there at home eating that shit up, you know? She logged into the WhatsApp chat like, oh my God, my future doctor. I love her so much. With all that time spent studying, she's going to get into a good college, no doubt. That's Oscar-winning talent, and she's wasting it on Science Olympiad or something? Like, I might be lying to my parents, but at least I'm entertaining people too. I think my parents wanted me to lie to them though, like, just like the military, my household had a bit of a don't ask, don't tell policy. I had a homework assignment for my 7th grade health class that I needed my parents to sign off on, and so I walked into my parents' bedroom after school and I was like, hi, I need you guys' help with some homework. And my dad's a mathematician, so he was like, finally, your algebra is terrible, and the first step to getting better is admitting you need help. I gave them the handout, and my mother realized what she'd been asked to do. She looked at me like I had just asked her permission to go on the school trip to the strip club. My teacher had just cornered her into a cornerstone of the white people parenting experience, giving her kid the sex talk. She just looked at me and said, don't do this. You'll understand why when you're a mother, and we can talk about it then. And we didn't even remotely broach the subject of sex until my freshman year of college, when I decided it was finally time to come out to them. I was truly terrified. I was panicking. I invited all my friends to come sit in my room and hold my hands. I was so nervous. I got my mom on the phone and I was like, I'm bisexual. And all she had to say was, okay, but did you pass your calculus midterm? Jokes aside, I'm really grateful that I have Indian parents who are supportive of me because I know that's not a given. Notice I didn't say I'm really grateful that I have Indian parents who are proud of me because they're definitely not proud of me. You know, they're fine with me being a creative, but I think they hoped I would be a little less entertainer and a little more architect. I'm back to living with them right now because of COVID, and something I didn't really expect to miss about pre-pandemic life were all the Ubers I used to take. You know, I'm someone who will oblige the driver if they want to chat. So I'd get in the car and we'd give each other the 20-minute spiel on like the story of our lives. And as we were approaching my destination, you know, the driver would turn to me and be like, wow, Yamini, you're such a bright and accomplished young woman. The future is looking great for you, and your parents must be so proud. I'm sorry. What was that? My parents must be so proud. If I give you my parents' number, can you call them and tell them that? Yeah, I was getting kind of to an unhealthy point where every time I felt invalidated by my parents, I'd find an excuse to get in a rideshare. In retrospect, I'm pretty sure therapy is cheaper than that and probably more effective. I don't know. I think a big reason that my parents are putting a lot of pressure on me, or aren't putting a lot of pressure on me, is because I have a 16-year-old brother who is kind of like the golden child. You know, he's friends with girls, so he's going to dismantle the patriarchy. He went to one Model UN conference, so he's on track to win a Peace Prize. You know, he doesn't play Fortnite, so he's basically a Rhodes Scholar. My parents didn't want a second child, but even at the ripe young age of 5, I knew I needed insurance in case I turned out to be a disappointment. The year my brother was born, I sat my parents down and I set up this whole persuasive PowerPoint presentation for them where I laid out all my points. I was like, I've been a good girl this year. I didn't scribble on any walls, I didn't scream at any restaurants, I didn't throw any fits before going to the dentist, and if you would like for me to keep up this kind of behavior, I urge you to give me a brother or a sister because I want one. So my parents begrudgingly accepted that they would have to raw dog a few more times in order to get me to behave. And thankfully, they were kind enough to make such a sacrifice for me. They made a lot of sacrifices for my brother and I, including building a life in the US at a time when it wasn't really that sexy to be a brown person in America. I still don't know if it's that sexy to be a brown person in America. You know, maybe ripped Kumail Nanjiani is changing that, but we definitely have a lot more privilege than we used to. You know, we get to learn all the cool and quirky things about our culture without having to be the ones teaching them. You know, I get to have a self-identified free spirit with pink hair and a tongue ring who lives down the hall from me beg to make me a chai tea latte while she gives me a henna tattoo and reads my star chart. My dad gets to watch an underage, underfed white boy with 2 million TikTok followers and way too high tech of camera equipment who thinks he's a cultural guru because he can pronounce masala, teach him how to make Punjabi samosas. My mom gets to pay $100 to take an Ayurvedic yoga class taught by a bead-wearing blonde Instagram model/influencer named Michaeli who specializes in the art of radical self-healing through heated vinyasa practice. And to me, all of that feels a lot like progress. Thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. I love that act. Also, if you love that act, please let us know with a hashtag Yamini or nominee.
Honestly, it's definitely a Yamini for me, so I'm
Yamini
ready.
for sure. Yamini for sure. Also, I just want to say that in this time that we've been emceeing, I just gained an Instagram follower from the Raas circuit. I love that. So Zoya, Aditi, that check you were going to send us for $6, you can hold that back. I'm going to do this for free. Next up, we have Drexel Dandiya, the first ever collegiate Garba Raas team to represent Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the tri-state area. Drexel Dandiya is the vision of 18 Drexel University students who hope to put the Dragons on the map. They wish to advocate for Gujarati, East Indian, and South Asian culture to their region and soon to the nation. Please welcome Drexel Dandiya.
All right, guys, the choreo is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You got it? What's the problem?
Bro, this is not even fun anymore.
How can we have fun then?
I don't know.
I mean, how about we experiment with our own choreo?
Experiment with our own choreo? What do you mean?
Like, what if like form teams among ourselves and like let them decide who wins?
Yeah.
Form teams amongst ourselves and let them decide who wins.
Hey.
I'm with you. So you guys are gonna head over to our Twitter page and vote on our polls and tell us who's the winner of this challenge. You got it?
Since we couldn't compete against other teams this season, we thought it would be a great idea to compete with each other. We split into small groups, picked our own songs, and made our own choreo. Enjoy!
मा खेल खेली आजा ओ कान का रमी आजा ये माथा नो मुगट क्या मुकी आजा ये नफड़ी से कोनी चोरी लाजा ये कान क्या रमी आजा
on Twitter.
And remember, we done yet. See you soon.
Wow, that was an amazing performance. What a cool concept, guys. You guys should definitely go to their page and pick which team you guys like the best. Even though they were in their own individual teams, they really looked, each team really looked dependent on each other, you know?
See, I, for one, am a very independent person, Nirja. I don't know if you knew this about me particularly, but I am. I wish there was a team for me, you know? Like an independent kind of team, like an Independence Ross team.
Well, Tandon, there actually kind of is. Independence Raas, also known as iRaas, is a timeless troupe of dancers from wherever, uniting whenever. In various settings, they value dancing and networking with those that they have bonded with and those they see as friends. Dance will always be their universal language, no matter what. So let's give it up for iRaas.
Wow, that performance really showed me that love for Ross transcends college. I mean, just look at you and me here, Nirja. But thank you, iRaas, for such a memorable performance.
Yeah, definitely. Tandon, what has been your favorite thing that you miss about Ross after you graduated last year?
The thing I missed the most when I graduated was definitely the team practices, and it's sad to say that the teammates this year are experiencing that too. But definitely coming to practice, you know, whether it's 3 hours, 4 hours, depending on what your team you're on, and it's just, you know, being with the team, taking those breaks, and just fooling around, and obviously getting work done, but just having a lot of fun. That's the thing I miss the most. How about you?
Honestly, I joined Ross All-Stars, so I can't even tell you. No, I'm kidding. It's kind of the same thing. I really enjoyed being with the team and being on, you know, just going to our room, Marvin 403, which was really memorable for all of us. But with that being said, we actually have our final headliner, Abby Govindan. Abby is an Indian American stand-up comedian and writer originally from Houston, Texas. Since starting stand-up comedy 2 years ago, she has performed all over the country and amassed a following of almost 100,000 people across all social media platforms. So let's give it up for Abby.
I just realized I was doing the Austin sign, not the Houston one. So.
Hey guys, how are you? Oh, I guess I'm just talking like by myself and not to anyone. Hi, I'm really grateful to be here. I'm really grateful to be headlining GW for the second year in a row. I love you guys. Shout out specifically to Aditi. She organizes everything so well, and working with her 2 years in a row has just been amazing. My name is Abby. I don't look like a comedian. I'm very well aware of that. I look like I do like math homework for fun, you know? You know, I look like either one of two things. Like I look like I should be like front row of your multivariable calculus class, like answering every question, acing every exam, or like I should be getting railed on the front page of Pornhub. Indian girls are the most searched for demographic on Pornhub. You learn something new every day. It's not like I haven't had the opportunity to be a porn star. I was in an Uber the other day, and I was talking to the driver. I was like making conversation with him, and I asked him what he does for a living, and he told me that he's a porn director. Now, I have a lot of respect for people in the adult entertainment industry. I just could never do it myself because I'm not very sexually adventurous, you know? like watching me wouldn't be really exciting. It'd be like, oh, there's Indian Spice. That'd be my porn star name, of course. There's Indian Spice doing missionary for the 10th time in a row. I feel like watching me would be so slow going that you need like golf commentary to watch it. Yeah. Like, like Indian Spice is up to play. Now, Eric, she's had a little bit of trouble with this hole before, but let's see if she can figure it out this time around. But yeah, I was in this Uber and I was talking to the driver and I was feeling deja vu and I couldn't quite like put my finger on why I was feeling deja vu. And then I realized that everything he was saying to get me to do porn was the exact same thing that people said to me to get me to do stand-up comedy, you know? Like he was like, don't knock it till you try it. Or like, everyone thinks about doing it, but it takes real guts to go out there and do it. And sure, you'll see a dick every now and then unsolicited, but that's just industry standard. And my personal favorite, the industry needs you right now. There aren't a lot of Indian girls out here doing this. Seeing you pursue your dreams could prompt other Indian girls to say fuck you to their parents' expectations of med school and really, really follow their passions, you know? Yeah, I mean, I really don't think I'm cut out for the adult entertainment industry. I do know for a fact that if I did porn, my parents would probably be more proud of me. I know that I'd definitely be making a lot more money. Yeah, I am single, I'm dating, super fun. I would like to think that I don't have a type. Unfortunately, I do have a type. Most of the guys that I date are usually white, unfortunately, and they usually work. They all have social anxiety and depression. So yes, I do exclusively date SoundCloud rappers. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, and for whatever reason, I keep dating finance bros, which is crazy because the shit that they say just goes like straight over my head, you know? Like he'll be like, I'm a risk management litigation consultant. And I'll be like, that's real cool. I'm a Gemini. Yeah, what else can I tell you guys about? I am an Indian comedian, obviously. That's like one of the reasons I'm here. I'm an Indian comedian, but I'm not like an Indian comedian, you feel me? Like, I feel like all other Indian comedians that I know, no hate to any of the other headliners on the show. They're both my friends. I ran this joke by them. I feel like every single Indian comedian that I know has the same 3 jokes, you know? My mom wanted me to be a doctor. I'm a disappointment. My dad hates my white girlfriend. Like, get some new material, you know? I was always the black sheep of the Indian community. You know, like I said things, which is generally frowned upon if you're an Indian girl. I was the Kim Kardashian of the Indian community in Houston, and that like everyone hated me, but they always like paid attention because they were curious about like what kind of trick shit I would pull next. Speaking of my Indian identity in comedy, I was recently, so being Indian and like having a platform has like afforded me a lot of really cool opportunities. Of course, there's like the second golden age of television now. And as we're kind of incorporating more diverse voices, we are just like seeing so many exciting things happen, you know? So recently, I actually was reached out to by the Biden-Harris campaign, which I thought was really, really cool. And they asked me to speak at this event for young South Asian voters, specifically South Indian, because I'm South Indian. And I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. I'll do it. I'm happy to do it. Anything to get Donald Trump out of the White House, right? And I did it. I mean, like, it was fun. And then I heard that my friends, my like non-Indian friends, were getting invited for all these like cool general influencer stuff. Like they were like the Biden-Harris campaign asked them to like make videos about why they feel passionate about politics and like post Instagram pictures like explaining why they're voting for Biden-Harris. And they didn't ask me to do any of that shit. And I was like, that's kind of weird. And then they had this event called South Asian Block Party, where they pretty much just invited like every single like relevant South Asian person under the sun. And I wasn't invited, but they have my contact number. They have my contact information, obviously, because they reached out to me for that other thing. So I'm just like laughing at the idea of like in Biden HQ, they were like going through names of like Indian peoples to invite, and they got to my name and they were like, oh, this bitch is not relevant, and like threw it to the side. And you know, that kind of sucks because that was the one fun event that I was like, I would love to be at this. And and so I'm kind of mad. Like Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, if you're watching this, I did my dance for you. I tokenized myself. I did my little tunga. Like, you better invite me to the White House. Like, if I don't get invited to the White House, I'm gonna become a Republican. That's how malleable my politics are. Yeah. I have been watching so much nonsense television in quarantine, and one of the things that I have taken a particular liking to is murder documentaries and murder, like TV shows and docuseries about murder. And I have watched so many that I feel like I qualify to practice law in all 50 states and commit murder in about 49. I feel like you like really can't get away with murder in Alaska, you know, like where does the body go? Like it's just too cold for anything to ever happen to it. And you know, I just feel like I'd be a really good lawyer, you know, like the prosecutor would be like, the defendant was seen leaving the scene of the crime 10 minutes after the murder occurred. And I'd be like, okay, objection, bitch, that's cap, Your Honor. The evidence is circumstantial at best. And unless I'm the only one who went to law school here, we all know that according to the precedents set by the Supreme Court case Straight versus Streif, circumstantial evidence cannot be used to convict an individual. Yeah, and one of the things I'm learning is that like you can call anything circumstantial, literally, because like everything is a circumstance, you know, and that just feels like a tricky loophole that we even like allow people to have. Like literally, like the defendant will literally say like, I did it. I drowned my neighbor in a hot tub and I burned the remains. I did it and I don't regret it at all. And his defense attorney will just be like, that's circumstantial, Your Honor. And the judge will be like, yeah, she has a point. It's like infuriating to watch. And look, I'm very like skeptical of prosecutors, but these like murder documentaries kind of make me root for prosecutors, which I don't do often. You know, oh, sorry. What really frustrates me about these documentaries is that the case really is usually just open and shut, but because the legal system is so convoluted, they have to find some like roundabout way of convicting someone of a murder they definitely committed. And if I've learned anything from murder documentaries, it's that it's so easy to get evidence thrown out, like so literally so easy to get evidence dismissed. You know, like they'll be like, the prosecutor will be like, well, we found the defendant in a pool of blood. He has no alibis for the 3 hours he went missing, which is also conveniently the time of death. Also, the defendant is literally wearing a t-shirt right now that says, I murdered my wife and I do it again. And all the defense attorney would have to say is like, Your Honor, when the policeman first arrived on the scene, he sneezed and he only kind of covered his mouth. The crime scene is clearly tainted. None of that evidence should be permissible. And also the t-shirt is circumstantial evidence. And the judge will always be like, yeah, that checks out. Go ahead. And even the ones who claim they didn't do it really like don't commit to it, you know? Like, damn, babe, like I know you didn't go to Juilliard for theater or anything, but you might get the death penalty. So maybe like try a little bit harder, you know? Like the judge will be like, for the crime of ruthlessly murdering your 2-year-old daughter, how does the defendant plead? And she'll be like, right, okay. not guilty or whatever. I loved Michaela. I would never do anything to her. And the judge will be like, her name was Madison. And that's not even the craziest part. The craziest part is the trial, when the defense attorney that the defendant paid millions of dollars to hire tries to paint their like quaint upper middle class upbringing as some sort of sob story, you know? Like watching those documentaries is crazy, and like seeing the footage from inside the trial, the defense attorney will literally like say the craziest bullshit for their defendant, you know? Like the defense attorney will be like, getting sternly reprimanded at lacrosse practice did enough damage to my client's psyche, but that's not all. He also had his lunch money stolen one time in the 7th grade, and when his dad got arrested for money laundering, they lost 2 of their 3 private jets. Think of the unspeakable trauma that would cause a young boy such as my client. And look, it's only ever the cute white people who get away with bullshit like this. Fortunately, I don't ever plan on murdering someone. Unfortunately, I cannot say for a fact that I won't get murdered. When you get murdered, police investigators and the defense team and all these like legal interns, they get warrants to obtain like your emails, your Instagram, your Snapchat, your video, like everything under the sun. They have full access to your private life. They can get your nudes, like they can see the freaky texts that you send. They can see that you visited your ex's Facebook page like 10 times a day. In other words, getting murdered is only the second worst thing about getting murdered. That's why, I mean, like, that's why if I get murdered, I'm just gonna look at my murderer and say, look, man, I'm not gonna prolong this by begging for my life or anything. I was just gonna say, please don't kill me without destroying my phone first. The first thing that they're gonna do is they're gonna look through my phone for a potential suspect. You scratch my back and I scratch yours. You destroy the phone, you kill me, and then we're both good. Yeah. Okay, so I just got the signal that I have 1 minute left, so I want to leave you guys on a really cool story. So you guys are in college, that's really fun, that's really exciting. I just graduated college last year, and I took a class that I really miss called The Psychology of Disgust. And in that class, we discussed different elements or different things that were disgusting, kind of. And so one week, the theme was white supremacy. And so our assigned reading was The Klansman, which for those of you who don't know, it's kind of like the handbook on how to be racist. Now there's 2 places that you can get The Klansman. One is the KKK, and 2 is the University of Arkansas, which like in terms of racism is really only like a step up from the KKK. Now here's the thing, the KKK's was a little bit cheaper, so I found myself like, you know, like questioning my morals. But anyways, I didn't want to financially support the KKK, so I emailed the University of Arkansas and I was like, hey, I'm a college student. I can't really afford this. Would you be able to send me this book free of charge? And the University of Arkansas replied, no, sorry, like all of the proceeds from this go to our classics and history department. We won't be able to send it to you for free. So I emailed the KKK. Do you guys want to hear that email? Sound off in the chat. I said, dear KKK HR department, my name is Abby Gale. I'm a nice white woman studying at the University of Arkansas. I am considering dabbling in white supremacy, but have very little money because of Obama. Would you kindly send a copy of Klansman to me free of charge? Yours, Abigail. And a few weeks later, I got a response and it said, Abigail, dearest Abigail, good to see young folks like you embrace their heritage. Attached, you will find a full PDF of Klansman free of charge. Yours, the KKK. And that's the story of the time I was so broke that I scammed the KKK out of $26. Thank you guys so much for having me. This is so much fun. Wow, this is an amazing event, and props to everyone who made this happen. I love you guys and I love being here again.
Thank you so much.
So much, Abby. That was awesome.
Nirja, I really wish she put that email to KKK from K3G. Would have been amazing.
We've had such great comedy acts this evening, right, Tandon?
Yeah, including you and me, by the way. Let's not forget.
Horrible.
We got a few chuckles from each other. But all the teams that showcased their talent today were absolutely amazing. We wanted to give a shout out to every team and every headliner for being part of the show. What a success.
We also wanted to announce that the photo contest is now closed, and that will reveal the winners at the end of the show. So thank you everyone who participated, because we'd love to see who named the best picture of Tandon.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone who participated. With that being said, we want to give a big shout out to this year's RC20 board, who have put in hours of work to make this virtual RC happen. A special shout out to Aditi and Zoya, Raas Chaos directors, for their dedication to make this competition happen. Even though all the odds were against them, they never gave up on their dream for a successful Raas Chaos XX. Let's give it up for this year's board.
Hi, everybody. On behalf of the directors, myself and Zoya, we just wanted to say thank you for coming out tonight and supporting our dancers, the RAS circuit, and the GW community. We just wanted to say a few words to commemorate this experience and all of the amazing people who made it happen.
When we found out that GW was going to be online this year, we did not know if it would be possible to even celebrate the 20th anniversary of Raas Chaos at all. We had already selected our incredible board and started planning this competition. We had chosen a theme and had already begun curating our vision for what the 20th anniversary of this comp, which has meant so much to both of us during our time in college, would look like. But we also knew that we wanted to commemorate this special competition in some way, and canceling the show just did not feel right. That's why we decided to reinvent RC, to bring the chaos to you and find a way to celebrate all of the amazing dancers, performers, and staff that have made this show what it is for the past 2 decades. This has truly been a defining part of our college experiences, and it means so much to be here with everyone right now.
Thank you to our incredibly dedicated, creative, and resilient e-board for being a constant beam of light and for all the hours they've put into this. Thank you for all of the troubleshooting, indulging us in our icebreakers, and the aha moments. This literally would not have been possible without you, and we appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Quick shout out to our hospitality, registration, sponsorship, promotion, and tech team. You all are king and queens. Our Sunday evenings are going to feel empty without you all, but we'll forever be a family. And I'm so proud of the legacy you all are leaving behind and cannot wait to see where RC goes from here. The best for this comp has yet to come, and we'll forever be supporting you all.
Thank you to our extremely talented headliners for the much needed laughs. Thank you to our wonderful charitable partners, the Black Trans Travel Fund and Aashna for Women. Thank you to our amazing audience members for supporting our talented performers and donating to our cause.
And finally, a huge thank you to the dancers. Thank you for sharing your boundless creativity and talent with us. We truly love to see it. We wanted to celebrate the dancers more than anything this year and not limit your creativity and passion for Raas. You truly have brought it more than ever this year, even virtually. You are the stars of this show and have made Raas Chaos the comp it is today. Thank you for an amazing 20 years, and we'll see you next year. Up next, we have our hospitality team who will be recognizing the teams who made it to RAS Nationals this year.
Hi, everybody. I'm Anjali, one of the co-hospitality chairs for Raas Chaos 2020.
Hi, I'm Vishva, the other co-hospitality chair for this year.
We wanted to take this opportunity to recognize the amazing Raas teams who made it to RAS Nationals last year. With the unprecedented circumstances that we're presented with earlier this year, these teams were unfortunately not able to compete and showcase their talents at the end of the spring semester. Nonetheless, your hard work and dedication did not go unnoticed.
On behalf of Raas Chaos and the entire Raas circuit, we would like to congratulate the teams who would have competed at Nationals last season. In no particular order, here are the teams who made it to 2020 RAS Nationals. St. Louis University's SoFlo Raas, Carnegie Mellon University's CMU Rusta, Texas A&M University's Ramblin Raas, Rutgers University's RU Raga, University of Maryland's UMD Entourage, Georgia Tech's GT Ramblin Raas, University of Texas at Austin's Dirty South Dandiya, and last but definitely not least, George Washington University's very own GW Raas.
Congratulations to each and every one of you on this outstanding accomplishment, and to all the teams in the Raas circuit. We wish you all the best of luck in the upcoming years.
We can't wait to see what you all come up with for next season. And don't forget to keep donating Venmo at GWSAS. We're super close to our fundraising goal that we're going to donate to Aashna for Women and the Black Trans Travel Fund. And now for our registration team, they'll come on and announce the winners and superlatives from Mixer. Thank you all.
Hi guys, I'm Shaak and I'm one of the Red Chairs.
Hi everyone, my name is Zenobia. I'm also another one of the Red Chairs for this year.
Hi everyone, I'm Sreya and I'm also one of the Red Chairs for this year.
So this year, we wanted to open up the Superlatives Forum to be inclusive of the entire Raas circuit. We wanted to celebrate all of the amazing achievements, hard work, and passion over the years that you guys have put in, and 20 years of Raas Chaos. We will be announcing the top 3 to 4 nominees for each category, including the winner. I apologize in advance for my shitty pronunciation of all of these names. First up, we have Funniest Dancer in the Circuit. The top 4 nominees were Srijay Kasturi, Ricky Patel, Parth Tandon, and Kushal Parbadia. That was horrible. The first place for this category was Kushal Parbadia. Congrats. All right, second category, Friendliest Dancer in the Circuit. The top 4 nominees were Arun Chaudhary, Arshia Ramesh, Orko Sinha, and Sagar Mehta. The winner is Sagar Mehta. He's the friendliest dancer in the circuit. Congrats, Sagar. All right, next category, Nicest Team. We have 3 nominees for this one. We have the UCLA team that's joining us for the first time, GT Ramblin Raas, and of course, our very own home team, GW Raas. And the winner of the nicest team is GW. Okay, number 4, most creative team. We have 4 nominees. We have Dirty South Dandiya, GW again, CMU Rasta, and GT Ramblin Raas. The winner for most creative team is GT Ramblin Raas. Congrats, guys. Buzz, buzz. And then for number 5, most hype team with the most energy, we have 3 teams. Dirty South Dandiya, GT Ramblin Raas, and VT Dhamal. And the winner is VT Dhamal. Woo, go Hokies. All right, off to you, Shreya.
Thanks, Shaak. And also, I just want to clarify, we're reading off the top 3 or 4 teams. So we also have a lot of other great nominees as well, but obviously those are the top ones. So the next one is team most likely to have the hardest prop setup. And we have 3 nominees for this one. We have GT Ramblin Raas, RU Raga, and DSD, Dirty South Dandiya from UT Austin. And the winner is RU Raga. Congrats, RU Raga. Team most likely to forget Dandiya backstage. We have 4 nominees for this one. We have UConn, UVA, UMD, and Cornell Big Red Raas. And the winner of this category, team most likely to forget Dandiya backstage, is UMD Entourage. Congrats, UMD. The next category is Team with the Cutest Girls Solos. We have 3 for this one, 3 fan favorites: CMU Rasta, RU Raga, and GT Ramblin Raas. And the winner is CMU Rasta. Congrats, CMU. The second to last category is Team Most Likely to Run Rehearsal Before Comp Day, past 2 a.m. We have 3 nominees and an honorable mention, which is every team, LOL, which I included because I thought that was funny. So the 3 teams are CMU Rasta, DSD, and UCLA Bataaka Shaak. And the winner is DSD. Congrats, DSD. And our last category, and my favorite category, is Most Iconic RC Set. And I wanted to read all the nominees for this one because it's a nice trip down memory lane. So we have Slew Carnival from 2019, UMBC Rascals Lost at Sea from 2014, RU Raga Campfire Year, GW Exhibition from Stone Age Year, which was last year, UConn Thunderaas Halloween from 2018, DSD Pirates Year from 2014, Georgia Tech School Year from 2019, Dirty South Dandiya Circus Year from 2018, RU Raga Wild West 2019, and the winner of Most Iconic RC Set, VCU Magic Year from 2016. Congrats, VCU Magic Year. And now off to Zenobia to give the winner of the photo contest.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for participating in our Caption the Picture contest. Our registration team had a really good time looking through all the captions, and we had a really hard time picking our favorite. We narrowed it down to 3. We couldn't narrow it down to like our favorite since we had 2 very similar ones. So instead of just one person getting a limited edition RC shot glass, we'll have 2 winners, and we have a 3rd honorable mention. So our 3rd place winner is our very own from GW Raas, Kavin Desai. His caption was "The Grinch when he stole Christmas." So good job, Kavin. Thank you. And our top 2, the first one is by Anaga Srikumar. Again, apologize for the pronunciation. But her caption was "Trying to seduce the judges for first place like." And a very similar one, another one we had was by Rahim Hassan, which when he said, when you try to seduce the judges and giving you 4 bid points. So Rahim and Nanaga, keep an eye out for your Instagram DMs. We will be reaching out so we can send you your very own shot glass. Thank you, everyone, for submitting your captions. Now on to our promotion team to announce how much money we have raised for our charities this year.
Hi, my name is Sanjana, and I'm one of the 3 promotion chairs.
And I'm Aashna, and we are the faces behind all of the RC social media.
We are so excited to announce that we have raised $1,928 for our 2 amazing charities, Aashna for Women and the Black Trans Travel Fund. In 3rd place for our flash donation is UVA with $112. In 2nd place is UConn with $172.
And in 1st place, the team that raised the most money was our very own GW Raas, raising $338. Congratulations. We will be notifying you in your group chat about receiving your $50 Amazon gift card.
Thank you for everyone who helped raise funds and for attending RC 2020. We will now pass it back to Parth and Nirja to close up our show.
Did you hear that? We raised all that money.
Yeah, G-Dub. I contributed
You know,
so I'm gonna need some of that Amazon gift card. Thanks so much.
You know, guys, if you had fundraised that much last year, you wouldn't have such high dancer fees for flight tickets and stuff. But I wonder and I dream.
Well,
but good job, everyone.
Yeah, good job, everyone. And that's a wrap, y'all.
You know, each year RC marks the commencement of the Raas competition season. And while this year we don't have a competition season per se, Raas Chaos 20 was a good reminder that why we do what we do. You know, the togetherness of the circuit, the love for our teams, and most importantly, the passion for dancing. And although we may not be together with the circuit and our own teams, we always have our dance.
Well said, Tandon. And with that being said, we really hope you guys enjoyed the show and have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I'll see you guys at after party.
Skype for business.
दिन नाचा जो ट्विटर पे ट्रेंड हो गया नासिक के ढोल पे धन 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 नाचा तो सबका दी एंड हो गया मेरे इशारे पे तो दिन दिन नाचा जो ट्विटर पे ट्रेंड हो गया नासिक के ढोल पे धन 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 नाचा तो सबका दी एंड हो गया सारी दुनिया में एक ही फेमस है मुंबई हो या और दिखा दूं तुझे मेरा वाला डांस ये